There's a lot of anecdotal advice around on improving your marriage. But if you want something you can really use that will actually make a difference and reignite your marriage, check out the link in the description below.
The question, what is the best way to save your marriage after an affair? Answer by Greg Uke. Most people cheat because they aren't emotionally getting what they need. Figure out what that is, decide whether it's a reasonable desire that should be fulfilled, and go from there. Biggest piece of advice I can provide, don't lead separate lives. That's the relationship killer. Other stuff, avoid criticism, defensiveness, sarcasm, and stonewalling at all costs. Never call each other names. Never say you are, only say I feel. But some Gottmann Institute books and work on your love maps. Go down the list and ask questions to see if you still know the other person well. Make sure your life goals and values are the same, and if they aren't, determine whether you're willing to compromise until they're realigned. Make compromises mutual and let your partner influence you. Don't adopt a my way or the highway mentality. Answer by Ben Thurber. Depends on which part of this equation you're on. For the offender, stop having an affair. You'd be surprised how many people can get this one thing done first. Decide if this is something you can bear or not. Most likely it's going to eat at you every day until you finally break. If you decided to withhold it, remember that an affair years ago will be completely fresh to your partner and you won't be running the same timeline when you break it to them. Every good thing you do for your marriage between now and then will be undone and forgotten. So I'm going to suggest you bite the bullet and just be out with it. Your life is going to get a whole lot worse if they discover what happened independently. Understand, if you don't feel genuine remorse for what you've done, it's probably over. Because saying you're sorry when you're really not is just adding further insult to injury. When it comes time to break the news, you need to be upfront as to the details. They will need to know exactly what happened. Emotional? Drunken hookup? Workplace? Family member? They're going to get these details one way or another. And each person is different. They may be far more able to forgive based on those details. Also, if they carry a similar secret, you may find you're on if incredibly rocky ground. They are probably going to take many years to process this. I strongly suggest you seek couples and individual counseling to work through this. You are not well positioned to handle this, even if you are completely qualified. Healing runs at their pace, not yours. You need to work on and remove whatever caused this in the first place, and forgive every angry word, every slap, every curse, every outburst, past, present, and future. You might lose them. That was the penalty of the affair, not your spouse finding out. You've earned whatever grief comes your way. Forgiveness is mostly their gift, not your reward. Offended? Ouch. This is mostly in your court. If you can't forgive them, it'll never work or be worth the upcoming pain and effort. You should be able to figure out your path based on the previous section. Whether or not you can actually accept them and remain married, you should still learn to forgive them. You didn't ask for this burden, so don't carry it like a stone around your neck for the rest of your life. Revenge cheating isn't going to make things better. Doing something like that out of spite just undermines the value of your hurt. In general, humility. Humility is the key to success here. No matter how terrible or how much of a victim you feel, you both have made positive and negative contributions to your marriage that lead to this. Now you need to decide what kind of story do you want your marriage to end on. Will you be just another statistic? Will you let the rest of your lives together, or apart, be crushed by a burden that's too big to carry? Or will you surrender it all? Will you work on both of your personal issues that you were too weak to deal with beforehand? Will you become one of the couples you can't comprehend, one that actually overcomes this and has a stronger marriage, the marriage you've always wanted? Answer by Sandra Forbes. Hello guys. Infidelity in a relationship is something that happens from either party in a relationship at some point in time. When you start suspecting that your partner is cheating, you start losing trust in him or her. But if you don't confirm whether he or she is cheating, you might be accusing your spouse wrongly. I started suspecting my husband not long ago, but I had no concrete evidence to confront him until I was introduced to Stone by a colleague. At work, Stone was able to expose my husband's long-term secret affair with a particular woman in Texas through his FB, WhatsApp and call recordings. I promised Stone I will let people know of his handwork once he got the job done for me, and from my own personal experience with this professional private investigator, I'm proud to let the world know he exists and can do magic with devices low. Contact Stone on Gmail. Username, Stone Zagoretz.